Pamela Conrad says, moreover, because water remains liquid at the conditions of the surface of the earth, you can move around in all different kinds of directions. That's called degrees of freedom. So things can move around, flip around, vibrate, stretch, rotate, and then they're able to try novel combinations and hook up in new ways. And the narrator says, this surely helped life get started on early Earth. The chemicals, the raw ingredients that make up life, were constantly sloshing around, bumping into each other and combining into new chemistry. Over millions of years, that process can lead to living organisms. Okay, so they're saying that life started in the water. And here's another video, Chemical Origins of Life. It says there are a number of theories to attempt to explain the origin of life on Earth. The one with perhaps the most scientific support is sometimes called the prebiotic soup theory. So this is the best one that they have, the origin of life. And it says these components can then be dissolved in the oceans of the early Earth, and in the oceans they get transported all over the place. They end up interacting with each other, forming more and more complex molecules that start to have this ability to replicate. So they're saying unequivocally that life started in water. You just bounce them around, slosh together for billions of years, and you get life. Well, that's not what Jonathan Sarfati says. And he's got a PhD in physical chemistry, and he's a chess master. He can play 12 games of chess blindfolded and win. He's brilliant. Yeah, just brilliant. And so what does he have to say about the origin of life in water?
We're taught that chemical evolution started in the oceans, but you say that's the last place you'd expect to look. Why?
Well, okay, to build up a big molecule called a polymer from many little molecules called monomers, for instance, proteins from amino acids and DNA or RNA from the nucleotide building blocks, every step of the way, every combination spits out a water molecule. They call that condensation. But if you already have water molecules dissolving these things, then the water would come back and actually break that bond apart. It's called hydrolysis. So if you try to do this in water, it's the hydrolysis, the breaking apart that would happen and not the forming. In fact, chemists who want to make proteins or DNA or RNA, they exclude water as much as they can. They even have water absorbing chemicals to draw out the water. So a primordial ocean is the last place I'd expect to find these polymers forming.
Yeah, and so you can see that. You can see more of his minute clips. So you can go onto YouTube, Creation Ministries International, and watch that.